Okay, so in this video, we're gonna go ahead and learn how to make a pinch pot. So for this project, we're gonna need 2 balls of clay because we're gonna make 2 pinch pots. I'm gonna go ahead and show today. So like I already kind of started rolling this ball together. They're relatively both about the same size, about the size of my palm. So if I cut them both, they're not too big, not too small. So I'm going to continue rolling this one, and I'm lightly rolling it in circles. So I'm trying to make sure that it's somewhat smooth, but it's not going to be perfect, but I'm just starting by rolling out my clay and making it into a sphere. I'm going to do the same with this ball of clay. I'm going to go ahead and try to make it into another sphere. Okay, so by the end of it, you should have 2 fairly nice smooth spheres. Now they're not going to be perfect, but they should be about the same size. So the next step that we want to do, we're going to make, so in order to make that pot, we're going to make a pinch pot. And these are kind of the steps that I'm going to go over. So how to make a pinch pot. So we already have our sphere right here. So what we're going to do is going to put our sphere in our hand. What you're going to do is you're going to take your thumb and you're going to find the center of our clay sphere. You're going to just push your thumb all the way through. Now, you don't want it to go all the way to the bottom where you can start seeing it rip. You just fairly want to feel the bottom close to the bottom, but not to the point where you rip your sphere. Okay? Then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and starting with one side and working your way around, whether you do clockwise. Let's do clockwise for mine. Now, you're going to go ahead and start pinching the clay with your thumb and your forefinger. And it's going to slowly start. You're going to start at the bottom and you're going to work your way up. So I know maybe you can't see, so I'm pinching the bottom. I went all around the bottom and then I'm starting to pinch a little bit like up right here. So if you notice some of these like indentation, that's where my finger is pinching right now. So we're going to want to do this for both of our pinch pots. So we need 2 of them. And this process is really all about feeling. So notice that the top of my pinch pot, right, this is called like the lip or the rim. So where I notice that this is like kind of thin, where this side is thicker, so this is where I'm overworking my clay. And on these sides I need to go ahead and pinch some of that out so that this is fairly even. Turning as you go, I just kind of am like checking. So I'm going around and just kind of like checking to feel like the wall of my clay to make sure that everything or every side of my wall, so like this would be your wall, is relatively about even thickness. Now it's not going to be perfect, but you do want to try to have at least somewhat of an even thickness. So I think I'm going to go ahead and stop with this one. Okay, it's not going to be perfect, but I think this is we're at a pretty good spot with this one. So I'm going to go ahead and actually just lay it down like this. The reason for it would help with that rim. I'll flatten it out just a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and then start with my second clay sphere. Again, just gonna push my finger down in the center, and I'm gonna go ahead and start pinching all the way around. Okay, so once you have 2 completed pinch pots, you can go ahead and move on to your next video.